Hey there, so this is our first little adventure here, trying to see what it's like to stream for some of the Italian players, getting stuff set up here. They have the finals of the White Pheonix circuit. Here we have Rezard versus Dark Alice. Let's see how this goes. I believe this is cluster format, so it'll be interesting to see. These two have been kind of the predominant things, and I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I'll have the White Pheonix guys let me know if they're using any kind of ban list for this event. I know that in the no-name circuit they have banned Road, but I'm not sure if White Pheonix is doing anything like that. So let's find out. I do have chat on for this, so happy to have anybody participate in the chat here. Ooh, red. Interesting. Black red, we see Dark Alice's smile. Because we're spectating, we don't get to see the hand here. We'll have to see exactly what comes out of it. Early discard is always very helpful, especially if you can hit a Regalia. And we did. We hit Unknown Weather Goose, so that's pretty good. Question is there a second one in that hand there? Back-to-back smiles. Let's see. Let's see here. What do we hit from the Rezard deck? Ooh, okay. Awakening of the Undead Lord. That's not a card that we've seen played in US for the format. We did have Araya there. Awakening of the Undead Lord is not something that's seen play in New Frontiers, so it's interesting to see that in Cluster. I haven't been paying too much attention to the Cluster stuff, so I do like this crystal indicator here. This is nice. Raya coming down here at non-instant speed. So what's the follow-up play to that? Yeah, there's a Sickard. Try to check in with the White Pheonix guys to see if there's any kind of ban list. This is 2 pair to gain some crystals. Looks like we do have an awakening, although we can't see the reveal just because of what we're doing. Yep, okay, so I got confirmation this is no ban list cluster format. So interesting to see the Rhea into Sigurd cast so early, especially since you can't immediately follow up on it. I don't know if maybe because you feel confident that the Dark Alice player doesn't have something to disrupt your graveyard. All in all, just gaining a lot of crystals there. Significantly more tapping out than I would have expected in this format. Percival coming down. Look at the top 5. Maybe looking for a Death Scythe here. See a couple of Death Scythes. Ray's just going to try to take that early damage, which makes sense. I mean, before you take any plays, you might as well try to get the most value out of every card, especially if you haven't tapped out yet. Yep, it's going for face. Cast the Death Scythe. So maybe the thought is respond to the Death Scythe, maybe energize out a Morning Angel if we did top deck one. Doesn't look like we did though. Faust and Sigurd. In this format, I'm curious as to what Sigurd is grabbing in cluster format. Not entirely sure what has seen play there other than maybe a Niflheim, but doesn't seem like it at this point. Wow, just full tap outs here. World of Darkness. So this is the amount of tapping out on your own turn has been very interesting to me. Is this just a race? What mode are we choosing here? Oh, that's true. Road to the Undead Lord would be a great grab here because it's not banned to be able to protect. Mode to banish and get a Regalia? Okay, force the banish of Death Scythe. Get a Regalia. There's so much tapping out early here. 2 floating black for Mateo. See, in the US, it's so consistently, a lot of Call Stone Pass, do things at instant speed during your opponent's turn. But in this seems to be a lot of just tapping out. I don't know. Interesting to learn about how the format just differs here. Put some extra counters, use a counter on the Percival. This is a good play here. So use the counter, use the 2 floating black to get the Faust back, put the Percival, put some extra counters on the Rhea. Suddenly you have a 6/6 Rhea and a Faust going into a big swing turn. That's pretty solid. It's well done. This is threatening 14. This is just 20 damage with Drain, which gives Mateo a pretty big advantage here. And Dark Alice sitting on only 1 light black source. So this is just like raw aggression. We have a little bit of hand knowledge. Is there a way you push through for 36 damage here? I don't think so. Was checking Engrave. Let's see how many cards. With no X. There is actually a way potentially with Azazel. Yeah, we're gonna make sure there's no Schrodinger's Cry. Probably is the best chance here. Then you can abandon the Sigurd to get back the Death Scythe, play it Judgment for free, dump the Grave, get the Azazel, swing in for a lot of damage. Or just, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, use the Dark Alices. Yeah, even better there. So now you have the Sigurd in play too. This is very, very quickly becoming this Rezard player's game. Sending 2 to the graveyard, performing Judgment. Ooh, hit a Princess. That's pretty good. Ooh, and a Hino. That's even better. Do we have any kind of reanimation effect? If we have a reanimation effect outside of Rezard, then you just grab, yeah, the Hino here. Makes it. Oh, did we hit a part of True Power? Oh, that's just game. Because you can swing with the Rhea, sack it to part of True Power, bring back the Azazel, give the Hino swiftness, and just lethal. So, especially since we have the Dark Alice Smile to look and know that all 3 of those cards are Resonators. So, that's just going to be lethal here. Unfortunate. Wow, just very, I mean, not unexpected strangers, but sure, just stuff to maximize the flip of the Rezard. Yup. And with this, I imagine with the look, we know what? reanimating. Well, you can't reanimate princess. Then you miss the trigger window. So that's important to note. Let me go talk to them real quick. It shouldn't matter, but let me go talk to them real quick. Because you've definitely taken actions. Hold on one second. Hold on. Hey, are you guys sorry to jump in. Are you guys watching the game as well for the finals? Or are you guys playing something else? Sure. I'm just asking whoever's like watching to make sure they're doing legal plays, because right now we have I'm trying to report that something was done out of order that can't have happened. Yeah, because the window of action for this dragon princess to have come into play is already well since past. So this dragon princess on his side should be gone. But it's not my position to rule it. Like, I'm not judging. I'm just commentating. So just want to let you guys know. He doesn't have a resonator of total cost 3 entering the field. Like, he had a resonator of total cost 3 enter the field, the Hino, but then he took other actions before putting the dragon princess onto the field, like, that didn't use the chase. So this dragon princess shouldn't be on field. Like, he missed timing. It was I'll are you okay if I pop into their room and tell them what's up? So Faust came into play last turn, and didn't have the opportunity to, and Dragon Princess wasn't in the grave when the Faust came into play. He goes to his turn, plays Death Scythe, hits Azazel and Dragon Princess, flips the he hits Hino and the Dragon Princess. He flips Rezard, brings into play the Hino, and then swings with the Rhea, sacks it to bring in the Azazel, and now is trying to put the Dragon Princess into play now when there's no window for that to have happened. Like, it would have had to have come into play when he got the Hino into play. And so he missed the trigger. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter. This is game either way, but, like, Dragon Princess can't be on board.
Oh, you have to win with the Azazel.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like I said, it doesn't matter. He's got damage on board for lethal, but, like, the Dragon Princess just can't be on the board right now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So just someone needs to go let them know.
Okay.
So I can go do it, or I don't. What would you guys like to do?
Okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So finish the game. So
Okay.
Jeremy?
Yeah, because it's lethal.
Yeah, I'll just tell them that to like play it out, but like I'll tell them that the Dragon Princess shouldn't be there. Is that acceptable to you guys?
Quindi che Mirko, spiegami un po', diciamo.
Praticamente non poteva mettere una carta che sarebbe quella blu e la principessa.
Ok,
Però
perché
comunque,
c'è un errore
sì, fondamentalmente sì, però è comunque lethal perché ci sta Faust, Ino e Azazel. Però è comunque lethal, quindi vince lo stesso.
Ho capito, perché non capisco il discorso delle carte del gioco, è per quello che non...
Sì, praticamente...
Hi guys.
Hi.
Just to just to let you know, this Dragon Princess can't be on field. right now.
Why?
You missed the window to put it into the field because you've taken actions after the
Yeah.
you've taken actions after the Hino Kanasuchi has already come into play. So like you've missed the window for the Dragon Princess to enter the field.
I know. I told him that I forgot, and
Yeah, I forgot.
he said, "Yes, you can."
Oh, okay,
He
cool,
allowed me.
sweet.
No
That's
problem.
fine with me. I mean, it's lethal either way. I couldn't hear you guys, so it's all good. Okay, thanks.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so the two players talked to each other and said it was okay that he forgot. So we're going into game 2. So clearly the Stranger lineup for Rezard and Cluster looks very, very different. I think people have also really picked up the fact that Hino Kanasuchi is just a bomb of a Stranger. And any way to cheat him in just makes him ridiculous. Being a 2020 body just by itself for so cheap is crazy. I'm really, really wondering what's going on with how much we're just tapping out in turn 1. Like, I don't really understand the point of casting a quick cast spell on turn 1 when we could just wait and not. But maybe they know something I don't. Like, I would just leave that will open rather than push. Because, I mean, worst comes to worst, you can just cast it later. I don't know. I just don't see the point there. Because, like, now, there's a situation where he gets to play this Rhea, send whatever he wants to the grave. If you had left that will open and you had a Morning Angel in hand, like, you can now punish that. Also, that's not a legal card for you to send to the graveyard. So I'm just wondering what the point of that is. So, like, yeah, I don't know. That just seems suboptimal play line. Because now also, I mean, if you had a Morning Angel, you have something here to block the Rhea, and you got rid of the Sigurd, and the Rezard player can just leave his will open. A Joan to Arc. Interesting. Looking at the top 5 cards, get a water or a light darkness card. But in Cluster, there are almost no quick cast plays. Okay, so that makes sense. I having not had a lot of experience in Cluster, Alejandro, I'm not really sure how much quick cast there is versus actually just like playing stuff on your turn. I know that in the US New Frontiers meta, it's pretty much entirely quick cast. So you do a lot of Callstone Pass. So second Rhea, oof, with no flyers. Rheas by themselves are a lot of pressure. With no flyers, that's going to be a problem for him to deal with. Because that's just 800 life every single turn. A 1600 life swing. So now we have Sigurd Will here. Oh, yeah. So now we've got Griffin and Sigurd, which is nice. Yeah, no reason to not just go straight face. Take the damage while you can get it. I'm very, very excited for not Callstone Pass. We've been playing a lot of Cluster, getting ready for Saga Cluster stuff, Paul and I, and we've been having a very good time with actually like playing stuff on our own turns, which has been nice. Schrodinger's Cry on the second. Sure, I guess I can see that. Now we see Death Scythe come out here. Part of True Power. Bring back. Oh. Now we're just going to go off. This Rezard deck is going to have so much will here in just a second. So we get Griffin. We get 2 stones. Do we have a Death Scythe in hand? If we have a Death Scythe in hand, then we get to start really going off. That seems like a Death Scythe. Or a Sigurd, potentially. Either one. But still, this is a really big momentum swing. That's going to be probably pretty tricky for Dark Alice to come back from. Yeah, just going for the Sigurd. Probably straight for a road, which gets us a Stranger to Grave. Yep, Road of the Undead Lord. Some nice little protection. It'll be interesting to see just how much Rezard potentially gets impacted with Exorcist in the next meta. Like dealing with Exorcist and Morning Angel seems like a lot for that deck. Just because the Rezard deck does tap out a lot and then tries to generate value from that. But, you know, so that gives Exorcist a lot of plays to be able to mess around. And Exorcist is safe from Dark Alice. You might see a shift to Scorns. We might see a shift to Scorn and Dark Alice come back. That could be definitely something that I see happen. So we could possibly hit Resonators early. I know there's Suya, but he still costs 2 to be able to discard early, so that's kind of meh. Wow, we are getting a lot. Wow, this is a lot of cards being played. So get to Cage of Mother Goose, get that Sigurd out of the game. It's pretty good. The question becomes, can we get to 20 counters, 20 darkness counters? You need more than that at this point, though. The Griffin is going to be swinging and putting a lot of pressure in every turn. I wonder, some discard would be really good here. A Smile would be very, very good. Oh, he got the Hinokana Suchi off of the road. That's potentially a very big problem, especially since we could just maybe snap Judgment here just for 3. We do have a Rhea in hand, so there's an idea of, you know, cast Rhea, part of True Power, the Hinokana Suchi, part of True Power. You could send a Death Scythe to grave, would be an option. You could send a second part. That's a role I could think of as well. So you send second part of True Power, sack the Griffin first. Yeah, or you could just do that. That works too. With only 2 will available, this feels pretty safe to hit this. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Why not? Why not part of True Power first to leave another vampire up so you can have Drain, I guess? Because you'd be able to do the same amount while part of True Powering and being even higher up on life total. Yeah, that seems weird. It seems weird to me. If he plays Games of Dreams. Oh, they're playing Game of Dreams? Oof. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely a play that he could make. Hinokana Suchi here makes sense. Hit the board, do even more damage. We're going to try to Schrodinger. It doesn't save the... to flicker the unknown, maybe. Okay, flicker the unknown, get extra counters, spend them all, do 26 damage, maybe do a 20. But then we get 12 in the air. We're not sitting on Godart Will, so like Rezard has to deal with this, like has to just sit here, right? And so It's interesting to see what will come out of this. Shows none of those counters are getting burned. Huh. So clearly there's something in hand. Don't really know what that could be, but it's something. So what are we doing against a board of flyers with a free chump blocker with a Drain Bane? Because that Hino Kanasuchi is also a vampire, which is nuts. 3 cards in hand for Dark Atlas, calling for stone, has extra Schrodinger. Even without, I mean, there's a world where maybe if you have a spot removal here, you try to, yeah, that's a good option. Leave him with just 1 resonator. I think you keep the Hino just because he's big. Oh nope, choosing to keep the Ray up. Interesting. Oh, so no, yeah, choosing to keep the Hino. The Ray gets to come back to your hand. And then you just like accept. So the problem is here is you almost can't swing with the Schrodinger because you have to keep it up for a block. That is a very large white wolf. Well, it's not very large. It's only getting +4/+4. So it's a 8/10. And only 1 card in hand. This is not looking super great. Okay, close the door. Yep, close the door. We're sending stuff to grave here for sure. I imagine there's got to be. Is there a Game of Dreams at this point? I imagine there has to be. So, in my opinion, the play here, even if there is a Game of Dreams in hand, which at this point in time with casting Double Ray, we don't have the ability to cast. Swing with the Hino. Just proactively doing God Art. Why, when we can't? It's just to gain a bunch of life. We can't shoot the Schrodinger. There's clearly something in Cluster that I am not understanding as to why we're doing activate abilities as the first thing on the chase instead of in response to stuff. My thought would be swing with the Hino. If he blocks with the wolf, you God Art it. If he blocks with the Schrodinger, you let it happen, and then you have God Art to kill the wolf when you swing with the Rezard. Like, especially since you have a Zazel in grave, right? Like, you have a Zazel. So then you part of True Power away one of the Reyes, get the Azazel, and swing for lethal. Like, that to me is the play line here. I guess maybe you're concerned about a Schrodinger's Cry. I don't. We don't have Goddard if we do part of True Power. I mean, yeah, you gain a ton of life. Maybe just the idea of you don't need to push for lethal this turn, I suppose, knowing that there's only 2 cards. I'm just not entirely sure what the game plan here is. I don't have access to the deck list, so I don't even know what's in the Dark Atlas's deck here to flip. I mean, yeah, flip makes sense. You have plenty of darkness crystals to be able to give yourself, whatever you need. Force all the 1-drops to die. You could technically just kill the Hino as well. Another White Wolf. There, I just tried to reset it a little bit. Okay, yeah. I'll have to figure it out later. Because I just tried to reset the microphone. It could just be just how I'm talking, but I'll look into it later, guys. Thank you for giving me the heads up. I don't really know if there's much of anything that Dark Alice can do to win this game. Having 3 cards in hand, maybe. I don't want to cross-reference to try to fix the microphone now. Here, I'll try to... Yeah, I just reset it. Hopefully that helps. But I'll have to rewatch the footage and see if there's something I can do better next time, because normally my microphone doesn't mess up. So I don't know. Thank you for the feedback, guys. We're trying to make this work as best as we can. Oh, apparently resetting my microphone fixed it. So great. Awesome. Oh, let's see. Dark Atlas has 3 cards in hand. Rezard has 6. Rezard gets a free swing here for 10 damage. Unless there's a Schrodinger in hand. Oh, we're blocking the Dark Alice. Ugh, this feels like there are a lot of play. Oh, perfect, great. It feels like there have been some pretty significant play mistakes that's making this game go much longer. Again, a lot of it primarily based on things that you don't need to be doing, like taking unnecessary actions. Like I don't think there was a reason to do that God Art to tap yourself out. I don't know why the Dark Alice deck isn't running at least a single copy of Save the Queen. It's probably the most impactful. Like he flipped into a wolf that didn't do anything, and then he killed his own wolf. That's yeah. And so now like we lose this Griffin. We've lost our Rezard. Like, yeah, I don't know. 9,800 life is a lot to deal with. What's that last card in hand here? Goddard. Yep, bring back a bunch of stuff. What do we get here? This gets us... Yeah, even this Goddard feels bad, right? Because it gets us a White Wolf, a Shadow X, and a Joan. Like... Wonder if the Rezard deck plays Black Moonray. Like, are we just banking on Schrodinger chipping you to death? I don't know. A Game of Dreams would also be pretty huge, so maybe the thought is, like, force the tap out, play the Game of Dreams, win. Just from pure value. I mean, a Game of Dreams here would be pretty huge. I mean, you'd, especially since we have the Azazel in hand, like that is actually lethal. Except for the fact that we need to get so the thing is we need to get the Dark Alice off board first. So Black Moonray, Pharesia, like a Black Moonray into a Game of Dreams here would be guaranteed lethal. Do we have access to I want to see if White Pheonix can give me a deck list. Because Black Moonray would get rid of Dark Alice's ability to board and clear. The Schrodinger can't defend right now. The Mage Jack goes. There's currently nothing in grave that matters. And like you'd get one Resonator back, but then Hino would just kill it. Azazel gives everybody swiftness. So I don't know, maybe it's just try to dig, I guess. I don't know. I will say here, while they're kind of thinking, if you like what we're doing here, we're going to try to do it more. If you want to support us, you can click that join button down below. For these first few, we're going to leave the chats open. As these grow, we're going to kind of move towards shifting them towards chats being member exclusive, just like we do the GPs. But for now, while we're building an audience, we want to get people involved, especially since we're trying something new. But if you like what we're doing, you want to get access to like emotes and badges and everything else to use in the chat, you can click that join button right below the video that you're watching. It's a great way for you to support what we do financially, to be able to get better equipment and stream more events and maybe even eventually hire more people. But we're grateful for the opportunity to work with White Pheonix on these projects, bridging the gap between our two continents in some way. Yep, here's the Game of Dreams. The problem is this Game of Dreams, yeah, you can give her Eternal, that's true. We don't have access to Moon, but that serves the same purpose, right? Because he can only clear two things, or he can only clear one thing, which clears off the Azazel, which is fine. Wow. Ugh. So like you clear off the Azazel here, which is fine, and then nothing else has swiftness, but like you lose everything else. There's a lot of value off of this Game of Dreams. Yeah, that's the thing, is like you get all this value here, but like you got enough crystals to like sit and wait. This is a very large board, and we know what 90% or 75% of Dark Alice's hand is. It's just those 3 resonators. So unless it's a world of Dark Alice, like this board's gonna get to sit here for a while. Oh, he's stacking so that we get the wolf. He's even so that he can get the white wolf. So the Eternal doesn't matter here, because Blazer just removes all the abilities and then kills it. So that does help. So the thought process here is probably, wow, we didn't even board wipe. I hands down would have burned 2 counters and then 4 counters, because you would have gotten rid of the Azazel and you would have gotten rid of the Blazer and the Mikage. You take 10 here from the Hino. Like, this is suddenly just lethal? Like, choosing not to... This is what I'm talking about. Like, we, in the United States, we take a ton of time thinking about, like, reactionary plays. And I don't know what it is about this meta, but things resolve between these two players. Like, these guys let stuff resolve way more than I would have thought possible. Like, this is just the game. Like, you don't even have will for a... Like, you don't even have will for a World of Dark Alice at this point. And we know 3 of your 4 cards. Yeah. like you accept the Dark Alice is going to die there because Blazer can remove her Eternal and she's just going to die. But, like, you at least get the board wipe off. But that'll be it. I mean, we're going to walk through... Mateo. Playing through his sequence of events, and that will be it. Mateo, why continue to play cards? This man is dead. Stop. You don't need to be playing cards, man. You have like so much lethal on board. What is happening? Like, Dennis, hi. Hello. Dennis is a good example of what you get when you become a member. People in the chat, you see how his name is green. He's got the little badge by his name. He gets access to all kinds of fun emotes and stuff. Yeah, there's literally nothing you do there. Yeah, that is it. So that is going to be the game. I do want to give a thanks to White Pheonix for reaching out to us to partner on these projects. We'll be trying to bring you at least the finals every single week that it happens. And then eventually, hopefully, working up to being able to cover more of it. If you guys liked what we saw, again, consider clicking that subscribe button. We do content every single week. pretty much always English speaking, but we're happy to be able to provide to you and hope you enjoy it. And we'll catch you next time. So until next time, this is DMO73 saying class dismissed. Have a good day, night, wherever you are, and we'll see you next time.